Hello and welcome to day 9 of the What If series, and today what we're going to be looking at is what if you didn't take your life for granted. You see, so many of us walk around just assuming that we've got tomorrow, but in actual fact none of us know what's around the corner, whether we even have the next second or the next minute, yet alone whether we have the next year to do all those things that we keep putting off and say we're going to do. But what if we didn't do that? What would we be doing differently if we really got clear on the fact that life is a really precious gift and that we have the ability to create something amazing in our lives and to leave a legacy at the end of our days? What would we be doing differently? So I want to ask you the first question. Is fear stealing your life away? So is it fear of rejection, fear of shame, fear of humiliation, fear of loss, uncertainty? Just a few of the ways that fear-based thoughts can really stop us from living a fulfilling life. So let's just have a look at a few examples that I've written down here. Have you ever loved somebody so deeply but been too scared to tell them because you don't know whether they're going to say it back? Or maybe that you are paralysed into non-action because you are convinced that you need to know exactly how something is going to work out. Or perhaps you've experienced the destructive results of shame in your life. You know, something you've done in the past and now you'll do anything not to experience that shame once again. But you see, fear robs us of our ability to live life fully. We know deep down that fear isn't real. We know that the worst case scenario is likely to feel or likely to be an uncomfortable emotion that we don't really want to feel, but it's not going to be death and destruction. But we allow fear to dictate the degree to which we fully engage with our life. But if you didn't take your life for granted, would you stop being so complacent? Would you be able to stop letting fear take over? So complacency, I'll do it later. I'll try and get it done tomorrow. In a minute, I'll think about it. I'll start next week. I can pretty much guarantee that everybody watching this will have at some point said those things, because I know that I have, and I still find myself saying those things when I'm feeling that I'm being compressed for time. But why not now? Why not today? What is putting something off for another day or another week or another month or another year? What is that going to give you? What are you going to achieve except wasting valuable time when you could be creating something? If you had a visual representation of your lifeline, so you could look from now out into the future and you could see it kind of segmented into chunks, would that make your time more valuable? What I want you to do is I want you to go to the blog for this one, What If You Didn't Take Your Life for Granted. It was published on the 9th of February 2018 because there's a very, very profound video clip that I want you to watch. If you don't want to head over to the blog, just Google jelly beans and time into YouTube and you'll get the most incredible visual representation of how much time we actually really have to create that life that we say that we really want. So if you knew you didn't have long left on this earth, how complacent would you be about using every minute of your day? So let me ask you maybe this profound question. Would you actually really consider the end? In the past 18 months, I have watched 3 people be taken or, had the fight with cancer. So we lost 2. Thankfully, my dad still fights on, but it's been a hard journey. And having witnessed that, and watching 2 of them really not ready to go, I don't know whether anybody's really ready to go, but it made me think about my life in a very, very different way. It made me look and say, if I knew that I didn't have long left, and none of us are going to know, would I be doing things differently? Would I be braver? Would I be saying something different? Would I be doing different actions? What would I be doing? You may not know, maybe you do know, that the biggest regret of the dying is only ever what they didn't do. It is very, very rarely things that they did do. I've also, again, in the blog, put an amazing YouTube clip up that I'd love you to go and get. So what I want to ask you is, when you know your time is slipping away, will you be able to look back and go, hell yes? Fear or any other negative, lying emotion didn't get hold of me. But no, I lived, I laughed, and I loved, and I have no regrets about the way that I lived my life. Which one will you be? Will you be the one that's sitting there begging for more time because there was things that you didn't say and people that you didn't get a chance to speak to, or, just experiences that you wanted to have but you kept putting it off until tomorrow? So now when I ask myself a question about my ability or recognise that I'm taking action or not that's based in fear, I always ask myself that question. If I were at the end of my life, would I regret that? Would I sit back and go, oh my goodness, Louise, all you had to do was do a live video. All you had to do was have the strength to put your opinion across without need for somebody validating that. You know, you just had to try that because you don't know where that would have led to. So that's really, really powerful motivator for me that did come off the back of losing those very special people in my life. So what's it going to take for you to stop wasting time? When will you sit down and decide what you want and then take big, bold, potentially scary action to go and get it? What will it take you to love unconditionally, laugh without reason, and live to the maximum? When you decide to start creating amazing memories from experiences that light up your soul, your whole life changes. When you choose to start living instead of existing, your whole life changes. But what's it going to take? What is it going to take for you to realise that you can't afford to take your life for granted? So the exercise for today is very simple. So I've got 7 steps here for you. So the first step is to get really honest. Where are you really not living all out? Where in your life are you going to go? Are you going through the motions? Are you settling? Are you being mediocre? Or maybe where are you settling for being unhappy? What specifically is stopping you from making a change? Is there some kind of fear? So let's just look at an example of somebody that's terribly unhappy in their job, but the fear is there aren't any more jobs. I won't get paid this amount of money. Something along those lines. You know, I've been in this job 20 years. Well, you know what? No job is safe. No job is safe. No more safer than running your own business. So what's it going to take? A life-threatening illness, the death of somebody that you love, you know, some kind of, you know, world problem that's going to make you say, okay, this really is not for me. So get clear on what that fear is. Maybe it's laziness. Maybe, again, it's that desire for you to have certainty about how the outcome's going to be. But we don't know that. We can never have that amount of certainty. Will you continue to choose that, or will you give the bird to fear and get your ass down and make a decision about and only think about the outcome when it happens? So you just commit to action. What's your dream? Create a gorgeous vision board or use Pinterest. What's in it? Who's in it? How do you feel in it? And don't go, well, this could, you know, this is likely. Go all out. What do you really, really want? What are the steps that you need to move you forward into that goal? What do you need to stop doing? What do you need to start doing? What do you need to start believing? What do you need to let go of? Who do you need to be to start generating the forward momentum to get you that life? Because it can happen. What resources do you need and who can help you? When will you start? Put it in the diary, because if it's not in the diary, it's not getting done. And finally, please remember that unless you are being chased by a bear, fear isn't real. It's your reptilian brain, your ego brain, reacting to the knowledge that you're about to do something that's out of character for you. When you take new action over and over and over, the voice gets weaker because it's now just a new behaviour for you, a new habit, if you like. So you can get those exercises on the blog, which will be linked into the video below. And our mantra for today is, I choose to live fully today than regret tomorrow. I choose to fully live today than feel regret tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.